Your favorite music of all time. Sounds like the old WABC radio. Hey, Joe?
Oh, it does. Great memories.
Yes, that brings back memories, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you stories about him.
Now, a little story. You said you want to share a short little
Yeah,
story about Mary Ann.
This is really for all the music buffs out there. In the early days, back in the early '60s, a lot of records, pop recordings, weren't the musicians in the bands very rarely played on their dates. We used what they call session musicians, and these guys were the greatest. I mean, they're all fantastic musicians. But Mary Ann was the first time the band used its own internal backup band, and it was great to hear our guys on the record. You know, and that's. But by the way, could I throw you a curve, Teddy? Would you mind if I threw you a curve?
Please do. Okay. I like curveballs.
All right, curveball. I'm a sucker for curveball. Change-ups always ruin me, though. But I want to just jump back a few minutes to Under My Skin. I told you that I got a couple of guys from our band here tonight. And they do a very special thing on I've Got You Under My Skin. We told you we played, was an homage to Frank. Well, in their show, they do Under My Skin. The first 8 bars is the Frank Sinatra version. And, you know, with the big band style, and, you know, and then they kind of just say, okay, but then the Seasons grabbed it and they 4-seasoned it. And we go into our version of it. And if anybody out there has the opportunity to catch the show, I wish they would, because these guys do a hell of a job.
Speaking of shows, your group are they playing in the near future at some venue nearby?
Yeah, but up in Connecticut, unfortunately. In fact, maybe if you talk to the guys later, they can give you more insight as to the specific dates. But yeah, we do a lot of we do most of our work is in Jersey. Until recently, we were at B.B. King's over on 42nd Street. But they did a Brody on us and they closed the joint down. Yeah. So that was the end of that. But yeah, the band is busy and does a good job.
But people can see you on Facebook and all over on the internet.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Can't miss. See Joe Long on the radio.
Look for the big nose with the hook in the end of it.
But he performs with us all
I know
the
you know
time.
John Salvato
Oh,
very
absolutely.
well.
God,
From
right.
a long time, right?
Yeah, John.
I'm sitting next to a legend. He's
No,
great, this guy.
oh, come on now, John.
How long have you known each other about?
Well, John, when were you born?
Right from the beginning when he started, we were in the same business together for a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Okay, well, we're going to just start up a couple new songs because people are calling in and want to hear music from the Four Seasons. And now the Duprees, we're going to have you heard. John Salvato, the founder of Duprees. I just want to welcome you back to the show. Wish you and your family a happy Merry happy healthy New Year.
All right.
Teddy, thank you very much for the invitation. I look forward to this every year to come to this show.
I'll tell you, some people
And
are
thank
always...
you for keeping our music alive.
Thank God for you and your
Thank you.
music. Thank God. Just it's great. Everyone always calls me up and they tell me on the phone they saw the videos, you know, from 2017 and 14 with you and the group singing here at a cappella. Just people loving, people are still clamoring, and people are still singing it, and wanting to know if you would come back and do that again sometime.
Well, you know, since you're segueing from the Four Seasons to the Duprees, I got a quick story about the Four Seasons. Duprees, we're doing the Dick Clark show. We're finished taping. We're leaving the building. Four Seasons are coming up in the elevator to do the second half of the show. So from that time on, we stayed together. We toured together at the very beginning, and I have a lot of great memories, like Joe has about Frankie Valli. Also had the opportunity and the pleasure of singing with Frankie Valli at a Nook ceremony that he was being honored in. I was in the audience with some other people, got up on the stage, and had the pleasure of singing background to I've Got You Under My Skin. And it was all four-part harmony. It was great. And Frankie's lead was wonderful.
Now, when did that happen? About how long ago was that?
Well, I think that was sometime in the late 70s, 80s.
And you've worked with so many great groups in the last couple of years. Who are some of those people? Was it Roberta Flack or some other people that you've worked with to promote?
Well, as I said before, I co-managed Tony Danza. I worked with him. Always loved Little Anthony and the Imperials. the original guys with Anthony, wonderful harmony.
Great to have Tony Danza sometime again on the show.
Oh, I'm sure he's listening tonight, so.
Hi, Tony.
Put out an
Happy
invitation.
holidays to you and your family. Let's play some great music by the Duprees, Rob.
There you go.
You want to mention anything, John, before we play it? Have you heard anything that people should know?
Well, Have You Heard was Joni James. We recorded it, great music. Did it live in the studio during that period of time. You sang live with the musicians in the back. It was a wonderful experience.
Let's hear it at WPAT Radio, New York's great music.
Who's kissing her now?